All right, hey guys, good morning. So I thought I'd do a video on my new Honda Ruckus that I picked up. I've done a couple of teaser videos on Instagram and I may have put some on YouTube Shorts, but I bought this stock 2019 Honda Ruckus and I got it for a steal. I only paid 750 bucks and it wasn't running. I figured that I would probably end up doing a GY6 swap like I've got on this bike, but wanted to first figure out how to get it running if I could. And it turned out that it was just a stuck pilot jet, or a clogged pilot jet rather, that was pretty easy to remedy. And now it's running, and I think I'm actually going to keep it in this stock form for a while. I likely will eventually do a GY6 conversion just because I love the way that that looks, but I also have a warm place in my heart for the goofy look of the stock Ruckus at the stock height. Right now I'm only able to get the bike up to 41 miles an hour, which around town is okay, although there are some 50-mile-an-hour streets that can't keep up with the GY6, which can do about 60 miles an hour. So I am going to do the stage 1 kit from the Ruck Shop, and that should be here soon. It should have been here already actually, but UPS seems to have misplaced the package. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I've just done a few small things. I actually cut off there was an extra little bracket that came down here with a reflector. I'm planning on leaving the stock light assembly back here, although I did buy smoked lenses. The seat needs to be replaced. I've already reached out to Cheeky Seats and they're doing a custom seat for me, or a custom seat cover that I'll do an install video on. For the turn signals here, the rear view mirrors, they previously were coming out of the hole here. I have a little 3D printed filler piece for now, but I moved them in so that the sides of the mirrors line up with the handlebars. Previously they were coming way out, and not that we're doing a lot of lane splitting on a bike like this, but I just didn't like the look. And then if you are doing lane splitting, I like to have the handlebars being the furthest thing out. And otherwise, just a lot of cleaning up. There was actually quite a bit of cobwebs and spiders in this bike, so cleaned it all up. But again, for 750 bucks, a really good deal. Then the other thing here on the front, I installed the headlight bracket that I previously had on this bike, which I replaced with that man in the box cage and those XK glow lights, which looks super clean. But I had already cut off the ears here and had this powder coated. And so then I have the stock turn signals down here off of the holes that previously held the side reflector. The other thing that I did is I moved the horn, which is usually sitting here, on the inside of the battery box. There's a different mount for the horn inside the battery box. I assume in other countries it comes like that. And then in the United States, there's probably some regulation that it needs to be a little more prominent. I'm not sure why it's out in the front on some of these bikes, but I moved that inside. And anyway, just really happy to have this bike added to the other bikes that I've got in the garage. Got the Monkey, the Ducati, I still have the Repsol Grom, and my 1969 Silver Tag bike. I have the Monkey, at least temporarily, still here in the garage, as well as the NSR 50. But again, just something that's nice and easy to ride, especially around town. It doesn't make a lot of noise, and I'm not worried about leaving it outside of a grocery store, for instance. One thing that this bike doesn't have though is any real storage. There's all this space down here. So Kemimoto sent me a bag that's going to fit underneath that space and just add a lot of utility to the bike. So let me pull out the car and get this Ruckus center stage, and we'll check out what comes with the bag, how it fits, what it can hold, and then we'll ride around the bike a little bit. Okay, so here's the package. The logo also comes in this light blue instead of most of the red that the Kemimoto product comes in. And I was actually thinking about making light blue the accent on this bike. I'm going to take off these red Ruckus stickers and do a similar light blue and some other decals in light blue. Just add a little pop to the color. I may actually paint this bike or powder coat it at some point. But anyway, comes in a pretty, it's a Ziploc bag. And then this is probably to give it some structural rigidity. It's got cardboard inside or something. And then this has a good waterproof feel material. And also looks like it comes with a strap, so you could probably pull it off and walk around the store if you were so inclined. But here, let me take off the strap for now, and I assume this all just pops in the bike. Especially if it's meant to be carried, it must be easy to get in and out. The cool thing about this bag, I've seen a couple of different bags. This bag has access pockets on the side that actually go into the main pockets so that you don't have to lift up the seat, and that you can access the stuff that you have straight from the sides, which is cool. Not that it's too difficult to pop up the seat, but since you have all the space here, you might as well use it to access the things that you need. So this is a perfect solution for what I need. Again, it's got access ports on the side here, which is nice because you can come in and get into the entire bag from both sides, as well as from the top. If you're going to the grocery store here in California, you got to bring your own bags or pay 10 cents for a bag. You could actually just carry this in the grocery store, fill with your groceries, pay for them, then throw this whole thing back on your bike. Or if you're just trying to throw a few things into your bike to store, again, easy access from the sides. It's got these reflective strips here, which is nice to add a little bit of reflection on the side, particularly since I took the reflectors off of the front side of the bike. Coming around the back, there's a nice little pocket here where you can throw additional things, keys or something that zips up nicely. And then the other side here is just like the left side. It also has a zipper to access the storage on the bike. And then here in the front, I just put my energy drink. You probably wouldn't want to put an open drink, but if you had a water bottle, you can store it here. There's a little pocket up here through my cell phone, but super convenient. I think it looks pretty clean too. Again, it was unused storage space on the bike now that has good purpose. And I am going to do that same light blue theme across the rest of the bike to match it up. So thank you, Kemimoto, for letting me try out this product. And this actually isn't just a demo. This is something that I'm going to be leaving on this bike. And also just because it's been asked a few times, Kemimoto doesn't pay me, neither do any of the other vendors pay me to do any of these videos. In a lot of cases, including this one, they send me the product to try out for free, but it's not something that I'm being compensated for. So anyway, really appreciate getting the opportunity to try these different things. And in the case like this bag is something that I'm going to be using quite a bit on this bike. Also, a lot of videos to come on this bike, or at least a few, because I'm going to do the Stage 1 kit, which is a CDI and the Polini Variator upgrade for this bike to see if I can get a little more power. And then the Ruck Shop also has a Stage 2 kit. And again, who knows, in the end, I may be looking for more power and do the GY6 or maybe even a different conversion on this bike. So hopefully a lot more Ruckus content to come. Thank you everybody very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.